I thought I would speak for just a few minutes on this concept of inspiration, because when we're starting a project, we're starting a book, we're starting a business, whatever the case may be, we may and usually do have so much motivation in the very beginning. And it's really when you get towards the middle or towards the end where that motivation really starts to wane and you start to really struggle to finish it out. And I wanted to speak to that because it's not always hard to start. Sometimes it's just really hard to press through and finish. And so if you are someone, if you're like the rest of us, you probably started a lot of things, but maybe never fully finished. And that can be discouraging. And that can be, your inner critic can come out and say, you haven't finished many other things. What do you think you're doing now, starting something you're never going to finish again? But I want you to address that lie in your head that sometimes you can believe when you start to think about all the things you've started but never finished. Because the truth is, just because you didn't finish something a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, doesn't mean you're not going to finish it now. You're a different person now than you were 10 years ago. Don't believe the lie that tells you that just because you have a failure in your past or you have something, that you tried and didn't finish, doesn't mean that you're going to start something else that you never finish. Those times where we have a failure, we have something that we're not proud of, sometimes those things can make us, they can overshadow where we're at in this moment, and we start to discount the growth and the development that's happened, since you were going for your dreams and goals. The truth is, there's been so much development that's happened over the course of your life. But if you're like most of us, you tend to discredit it. You tend to forget about it. You tend to write it off as insignificant. But I want to tell you, you're going to have to look at how far you've come instead of how far you have to go when you're trying to finish out a project or a book that you've started or a business idea that you've had that you really just want to see to completion. You're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to dismantle the lies and then choose to look at how far you've come. You're going to have to get around people who are also goal-getters and like-minded. You're going to have to seek out inspiration. Maybe, look at other people who are doing something similar to you, but rather than be intimidated by it, allow yourself to be inspired by it. Maybe for you, you're just going to have to get focused and cut off distractions. Maybe looking at competition for you is more of a distraction. But the bottom line is what you're going to have to do is figure out what works for you and keep going at it. Dismantle the lies in your head that tell you this is just another thing that you have started but you're not going to finish, and choose to believe the best about yourself. Just like you believe the best about other people, choose to believe the best about yourself and be encouraged when it would be easier to be discouraged. Find motivation when it would be easier to quit. Get gritty. I know you can do it.